Hey, what's up, guys? This is Mark, back with another fantasy football video. So sorry it took me a little while to get this next video out. Got a lot of stuff going on this week, kind of know how it is times like that. But anyway, so what I'm going to do today, I'm going to talk briefly about the game that just happened last night, the Thursday night football game. So I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to go into basically some of the news going around the league, like Melvin Gordon, talk a little bit about trades. And then this is going to be if you have any start-sit questions, please post it in this video. And I'll start to kind of get some topics for discussion that I'll do in the game day video that I'll post Sunday morning. So please comment below if you have any questions about who you want to see start and sit for this week, what kind of questions you have. And I'll try to do my best to answer it and include it in the show. So that gives you incentive to reply if you want me to explain your why I'm making the decisions that I do, because I've been going into pretty thorough explanations, and people have been commenting I believe for the most part found it helpful. I mean, I don't really know. Hopefully I'm helping you guys out, but I try to do my best too. So anyway, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about this Thursday night game that happened, and this is a good game example for me of buying low and selling high. And I'm going to talk about my takeaways and what it means for both these teams in terms of that. So for the Philadelphia Eagles, my takeaway is that you want to try to sell Jordan Howard, 2 touchdowns, he stood out as with scoring, and didn't exactly have a great day on the ground, but that's what gets the headlines, the fact that he had those 2 touchdowns. But if you look at his games prior to that this season, he's been very inconsistent. And the Eagles, as I've talked about the entire time that I've been making these videos, use a committee backfield. You never know who's going to get the ball. It's pretty much at this point looks like it's gotten down to Jordan Howard and Miles Sanders. But you never know. They always seem to pick up a guy mid-season that they then start throwing into the fold. I wouldn't be surprised if they picked up somebody like C.J. Anderson along the way to, kind of fill in some of those stopgaps as well. So, it's just a team that, I don't trust Jordan Howard to continue that trend the whole season. So I would try to sell him now and see what kind of value you can get from him. And then, but my takeaway for Green Bay is that, you want to try to buy Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones, he didn't really, he's not stood out at all this season. He's had games that have been frustrating where he has 2 weeks last week he had a game where he had 2 touchdowns, but he only had I think 17 yards. This game wasn't really much better. I think he had 21 yards and a touchdown, but he got some receptions through the air as well, so he gave you a little better value if you had PPR. But still, look at the matchups that they've had at the beginning of the season. They've had they've had Chicago, Minnesota, Denver, and then the Eagles, which are all very good run defenses. So Aaron Jones has kind of, unfortunately, he's not been performing as well because of the fact that he's faced those kind of defenses the first few weeks. So that's going to continue as the season goes on. He's going to have more opportunity because the games that Green Bay are going to be playing down the road are AFC West opponents like the Chargers, Chiefs, Oakland Raiders, which those run defenses have not been good this season. They also have to play Detroit, which is not a good run defense. And they're going to get involved as the game goes on, as the season goes on, he's going to have his opportunities. And then now that Jamal Williams is injured, and hopefully he's okay because that looked like a pretty serious injury. But I think he's going to get a lot of opportunity, and now he's got the hold on the backfield. So buy Aaron Jones. People are frustrated with how he's been performing so far, but take advantage of it because I think he's going to potentially explode the next few weeks and really be valuable down the stretch. You also want to be buying Marquez Valdes-Scantling and Geronimo Allison, or pick them up on waivers if they're there. They're generally fringe roster players right now. But depending on how serious Devontae Adams' toe injury is, which you look at AJ Green and you see that the toe injury has pretty much plagued that guy throughout the past 2 or 3 seasons, it seems like. So this you got to take advantage of those other two because both of them have shown ability to step up in this offense, but they're not consistent. But they might have more opportunity now with Green Bay's number one receiver being out. In fact, I'd rather prioritize those two than Jimmy Graham, who actually had a pretty good game the other day. So, anyway, so now let's go on to some other trade talk. And obviously the big news around the league is that Melvin Gordon, getting ready to report to the Chargers, should be available by week 5. So if you picked up Melvin Gordon in the draft, you've been sitting on him the whole season waiting on what to do, like, you're super happy about it. So now you're basically like, you're getting a guy that is going to be a potentially top 5 running back the rest of the season because that's the type of talent that he is. And, that offense, the fact that they really only have one receiver that they're consistently throwing it to, and then Austin Ekeler, now you replace that with Melvin Gordon, then there's going to be so much like value that you're going to get from Melvin Gordon. Like I could see him potentially, like, as the season goes on, being like top 2 or 3 running back just because of the sheer volume that he's going to get. So like, I really like Melvin Gordon. Obviously, like, if you get don't let people are going to be trying to trade for him. Like, there's a guy in my league who tried to trade me DJ Moore for Melvin Gordon. It's like, come on, man, that's a terrible trade. You're talking about like a top 5 running back in the league on pure talent, and you're gonna give me like a like questionable wide receiver 1. I don't know. But like, people are gonna be buying him. Like, so you're gonna have to play it by the offer you get. But like, I would not trade Melvin Gordon. But if somebody is going to the length of offering you like Zeke Elliott for Melvin Gordon, or like they're giving you like good receivers as well that are not really doing very well, like Juju and Joe Mixon, like that. Like, if they give you a combination of like Joe Mixon or Aaron Jones, for example, and somebody that I'm going to be talking about later, like Kenny Galladay, Juju Smith-Schuster, like those guys. Like, if you get a combination of those two, like, I would consider that for Melvin Gordon, but hold on to Melvin Gordon. Don't let people trick you into trading for him. Unfortunately, like, if you own Austin Ekeler, like, I'm sorry, but like, you're not going to get the same value out of him. And I've been telling you to sell him anyway because I don't even see him replicating that value even if Melvin Gordon is there. So try to see if you can get any value for him, but even if you don't get him, if you're not able to offer him in a trade because people are concerned about Melvin Gordon, Austin Ekeler still gives you a ton of value, especially in PPR, just as a pass-catching running back. Like, you look at games last year, like, he had games where he was 15 to 20 points purely off of the receptions he gets, and then he'll break loose for a long touchdown. Like, Phillip Rivers has very good rapport with him as a receiver, and especially since Mike Williams has kind of been dealing with injuries, and Hunter Henry is out, they don't really have other people to step up. So Austin Ekeler might even be the 3rd receiving option on this team, even with Melvin Gordon there. So in PPR, like, he could still have a lot of value for you. It's just not going to be the volume running the ball that you get that'll help you as much as it has the past few weeks. But Austin Ekeler is still very good. Justin Jackson. So I've been saying, like, this guy's going to get his opportunity, but he hasn't really taken advantage of it. So I was wrong on that. But one thing I would say is that Justin Jackson has an excellent opportunity in week 4 to explode, because I think what's going to happen in this game is that they're going to get up on Miami. Miami is not going to be competitive in this game, and then they're going to give it to Justin Jackson, who is an underrated running back. He's going to break free, run for 100 yards and a touchdown. People are going to be like, oh, this new guy. So that is your opportunity. Like, if you own him, like, hold on to him for this week against Miami, because he could have a very good game, and then try to see if you can trick somebody into trading him away, because people that really don't follow football won't understand the Melvin Gordon news, and they'd see this guy Justin Jackson putting up a huge stat line and then foolishly buy into the hype. So let me give you an example of this, of a trade that I did over the past couple days. So, like, Tony Pollard it was again Miami Dolphins backup running back. Don't need Zeke Elliott, so they put in Pollard, and he still ran wild against a team that's just obviously horrible. So what I did is I offered Tony Pollard and John Brown, who's done, he's been a good receiver so far, but he's not really stepped up as the wide receiver 1 that I thought he would but I put those two in a trade for Royce Freeman, and he accepted it. So, and I was like thrilled about that because Royce Freeman, like, he's not stood out so far, but he's splitting those touches with Phillip Lindsay, and he's going to get opportunities for touchdowns. He just hasn't had them yet. So, like, I would rather have somebody that's consistently split in that offense who's going to get, like, especially the Denver Broncos. That league is PPR, and Denver is dumping it off to the running backs all the time because Flacco is just flustered by their horrible offensive line. Frankly, their horrible team. But, like, so both Phillip Lindsay and Royce Freeman are getting a lot of value, and I think Royce Freeman is going to get even more value as the season goes on because they're already talking about how he's the more polished running back anyway, and he's going to get more volume. So, and I traded that for a backup running back and a receiver that I pretty much got off of waivers because nobody drafted him, and I got a running back who potential to be a running back 1 by the end of the season. So take advantage of that if you can. So anyway, that's all I got for now on this video. Kind of a short one, but again, like, good opportunity to take advantage of some of this stuff going into week 4. Post your comments about what you want to see in the next video below, and I will do my best to try to answer it and help you get ready for game day. So anyway, thanks for watching, and comment your start sits. Bye.